Good morning. I know it's been a minute since we've done Beauty Biz with Hill. I just taught a social media class. Now, that's not something that I'm like, I teach social media classes and I'm the expert in all things. No, that's not the case. I do teach classes to people who ask, and I just share what I've learned. It's always a really interesting experience, though, because I always learn a few things that maybe come naturally to me that maybe aren't as natural to other people. So this class specifically was focused on Instagram. That's what they asked for. It was a group of real estate agents and they were awesome. And we went through like how we use it, why we use it. You're absolutely insane if you are not utilizing social media for your business. It is free marketing. And where it gets really, really interesting is I think people think everything has to be super curated, super edited. And it's a perfect example of not being super edited. The benefit of not being super edited is this. If you have a business where you actually need to physically I want to touch, you need to touch somebody. There's like these concepts in business where like it takes 7 touches to make a sale, right? If you have a business where you have something to sell or a service to provide, you need to be approachable, which means using social media are quick, easy ways to get those touches where they're like, oh my gosh, they're human. Now, where we start losing that, where that disconnect kind of comes apart, is when we curate everything incredibly well. I think things are shifting for businesses to use social media towards documenting instead of content creation in the sense of crazy edited. It used to be that if you were like a celebrity or you sold something big or whatever, you almost needed to be like unattainable, unreachable. And that has shifted. Even if you go listen to like Will Smith was talking about this the other day on some talk show. Well, it wasn't the other day. I saw it the other day and it rang true to me because, it used to be you had to be elusive. Now, if you want to be in movies, if you want to be in the forefront, if you want to sell something, they want to know who you are. They want to see you often, which means you got to be active on social media. I do not believe social media should rule your life. I think social media should be a wonderful, beautiful tool that you can pick up and put down when needed. I've slipped into when it's overtaken things and had to like turn off my phone and hand it to my husband and be like, "Ooh, I feel anxious. I feel like I went down the rabbit hole of comparison." So you've got to be an adult about it, which is also a whole other soapbox I have about why I don't think children should be on social media. But what I do find interesting is the shock value when they say, okay, well, how do you get followers? So we go through like documenting, showing what you want to show, how to show it, the different ways you can use it, especially on Instagram. We talk about posts, we talk about videos, we talk about stories, we talk about collaborations, we talk about hashtags, all that stuff. Okay. So you're easy to be found. But then when you are found, there's some value there for people. Value is so important. If you're not giving value to the world, if you're not showing the value you have in your services, in your product, then what's the point? So if you are producing and putting your heart and soul into something that you're like, this really doesn't bring value, I just hope people buy it, then you're up a creek already. So the value's there, right? How do you get followers? This is the shock value. I say, so you gotta be social. You have to spend time on there being social. And they're like, oh my gosh, I don't have time for that. I'm like, believe me, I run multiple businesses. I first and foremost have a family I love, which is why I run those businesses, to provide for them. And then I have all my other big whys, like I love teaching. I love bringing value to all of you and to my students so that you can create your own world and your own career and all of those wonderful, very valuable and praiseworthy things. But I'm like, you got to sit down and be social. If you have to block out time, you've got to be social, which means you find somebody who would be maybe your like ideal customer or your ideal contact or your ideal follower or whatever you want to call them, client, whatever, and you start interacting with them and then you start interacting with their friends. That means you comment on their posts, you share their posts. Social media is meant to be kind of a sharing zone. These are your friends, apparently. This is how you have to think of it. I personally enjoy it. The reason I enjoy it is I have an extrovert side of me and I have an introvert side of me. And I can choose when I engage. And when I'm all about it, I'm in. And when I need a minute, I'm not on it. I'm quiet in my house. I'm doing something to fill my soul. I'm doing my creativity privately and not sharing it. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. I'm, on a vacation with my family. I'm doing things. So the key is being social. So find those ideal people in your world who you think, and this may change over time as you build stuff. Find those people you genuinely would like to have be part of this with you, either purchasing your products, purchasing your services, interacting with you here online, maybe even people you'd like to collaborate with. You need to go on their pages. You need to comment. You need to like. You need to share. You need to participate. That's how you gain followers. I seek out accounts all the time. And over the last few years, it's funny. It used to be really focused on nails because that's what I do. Then it got really focused on business people I was seeking out. And I still love that. And now I'm like really seeking out inspirational accounts because of that balance I need in my life. I would love if those people would love to follow me and interact with me. Because that's who I'm seeking out. So social media means you've got to be social. Hopefully this is helpful today. Thanks for joining me on Beauty Biz with Hill. I know it's been a minute, so love you all. Subscribe, like, share, all the things. Be social, and comment. I will try to get back to you always. Have a great day.